How's it going, everyone? Andrew here, aka MMA Knockout Bets on Twitter. I gamble on fights, have been doing so for a number of years now. Joined MMA Twitter late 2017, been tracking my bets on Bet MMA since early 2018. Just started this YouTube channel recently to do a little bit more MMA content because it's something I enjoy and I'd love to get reach a little bit wider of an audience. So I appreciate you listening and watching. If you could subscribe, it would mean a lot to me. Anyway, today we're going to break down the Pantoja versus Royval fight due to popular demand. I know that most of you wanted to see me break down that fight. I did the Cannonier and Gastelum fight earlier in the week, put out a poll on Twitter seeing which one you guys would want me to break down next. It was overwhelmingly the flyweight fight that we have on the main card this weekend on the UFC on ESPN 29 card. Again, Brandon Royval was on a really hot streak heading into his fight with Brandon Moreno last winter. He beat Kai Kara France. He finished Kai Kara France in a crazy fight. He finished Tim Elliott in a crazy fight. Royval really gets after it. I mean, he's not always the most tactically sound, but he really likes to turn fights into a brawl. He's a black belt. He puts himself into some precarious positions on the mat. He's very opportunistic with his submissions. He's not afraid to take a punch to give a punch. He actually popped his shoulder out in his last fight against Brandon Moreno right at the end of the first round, which is an injury I've dealt with on both my shoulders from my wrestling days. Not fun, so hopefully he came back from that okay. On the other side, we've got Alex Pantoja. He's got a 23-5 record, 31 years old. He most recently won a unanimous decision over Manel Cape. I think that was back in February, I want to say, of 2021. Before that, he lost the decision to Askar Askarov, and before that, he had finished Matt Schnell. And he's really fought a who's who in this 125-pound division. He actually holds a win over the current champion, Brandon Moreno. He fought Davison Figueiredo a couple summers ago. I want to say 2019. But yeah, Pantoja, again, he's another one. He's a fun fighter. He's walking forward. He's looking to hit you with bombs on the mat. He's very opportunistic with his submissions, just like Royval. He's a black belt. So I think this fight's going to be fireworks here. And rather than choosing a side, I honestly think the best bet of the fight is the under 2.5 or the fight doesn't go the distance. I've bet both of these earlier in the week at plus money. Just checking real quick to see if there's still plus money. It's giving me a second to load. But yeah, guys, I really think this fight's going to be fireworks. And I lean Pantoja to win probably like 60%, 65% maybe. Yeah, the under 2.5 is still plus 115, plus 122. Fight doesn't go to decision, minus 105 now. So I still think those are good spots to bet. I just think both guys are going to have some opportunities to finish. I think if you put a gun to my head, I'd most likely predict that Pantoja is the one getting the finish, but it wouldn't surprise me if Royval pulls something off either. I mean, these are two, in my opinion, these are the fights that I look to bet when I bet on fight doesn't go the distance. It's really about fighters who force a fight, and I hope that makes sense. This is usually what I talk about when I talk about betting under 2.5s and fight doesn't go the distance. It's really so take Brandon Royval, for example. Even if you want to fight a technical fight against him, he makes it really difficult because he gets in your face right from the opening bell. I mean, watch the first 30 seconds of that Kai Kara France fight. There was no fighting that from a technical perspective. I mean, France tagged him. He dropped. He turned around and threw a spinning elbow. He's truly kill or be killed out there. And so those are really the spots I look for when betting unders and fight doesn't go the distance. Both guys have proven to have finishing ability on the feet. Both guys have proven to have finishing ability on the mat. I'd say don't overcomplicate this one, guys. Take the under 2.5. Take fight doesn't go the distance. Whichever your book offers. Not exactly sure. I took a little bit of both. Again, let's not overcomplicate this, guys. There are some spots that seem almost like they're hiding in plain sight, and I feel like this is one of them. So I happily played the under, happily played the fight doesn't go the distance. I encourage you all to do the same. If you want to know the rest of my bets for the card, my Patreon's linked in the bio. My Bet MMA is linked in my bio. In my bio. In my bio, yes, but in the description of this video as well. Again, if you could like and subscribe, I would appreciate it a lot. I'm trying to get this channel off the ground a little bit. And yeah, if you have any questions about any other specific fights, feel free to DM me on Twitter at Bets and Picks MMA. The headline is MMA Knockout Bets. Feel free to leave a comment on this video. I'd actually encourage you to leave a comment on this video. Let me know who you think's going to win this fight. What are your best bets for the night? Anything you guys want to chime in? Happy to take a look at it. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. And yeah, enjoy the fights this weekend. And I look forward to speaking to you all again soon.